So in physics subject, we conduct different experiments. In physics, we conduct different experiments, and in experiments we do some measurements. We require to do some measurements. But the question arises, what do we measure here? So what we are measuring here physical quantities. Physical quantities we measure. So the question again arises, what does physical quantity mean? What do we mean by physical quantity? So see here, as we know, they are mental as well as physical. Mental, that is with our brain. Within the brain, that is, for example, ideas. They are mental. We cannot measure those ideas. But physical quantities, for example, we are having some material. Some matter is there, some material or any system we consider. Now, this material system, it is having some properties that we can measure, that we can quantitatively measure. So the properties of this matter which we can quantitatively measure. In quantity we can measure, those properties are called as physical quantities. Now what all those properties can be of this material? For example, take this duster. This is one material. So what all physical quantities we can measure? What all physical quantities it has? It has length. So its length, it's a physical quantity. Its mass, it's a physical quantity. Temperature, it's a physical quantity. So these are the physical quantities, etc. Current, luminous intensity, time, these all are physical quantities. So any material or system which has properties, the properties of the material system which can be quantitatively measured, those properties are called as physical quantities. Those properties are called as physical quantities, and those properties are length. For example, length is property of this duster. It's one property of this duster. That is, it is having some length. It is having some mass. That is the property of the material. So these properties are called as physical quantities. So, or simple, in very simple words, we can say anything that can be measured. Anything that can be measured. Those things are called as physical quantities. Physical quantities. Physical, they have their presence when we touch, they are present. So they are physical quantities that can be quantified, that can be measured. So these are called physical quantities. Length, mass, temperature, time. These are called as physical quantities. Now the question arises, how can we measure these physical quantities? For example, we have to measure length. Length is one physical quantity, and we have to measure the length of this duster. So how we are going to measure the length? So for example, this is one bar. Take it as iron bar or chocolate bar. So we have to measure this length. This length we have to measure. How we can measure the length? So mainly we use the scale. For example, we use the scale. Scale, it is already calibrated. So what we are going to do? We are going to compare this bar with scale. We are going to compare this bar with scale. So from very start, let's discuss. So what we are going to do, see here. Here we have which physical quantity we are going to measure? Length. So we require some quantity with which we can compare this length. So of the same nature, for example, centimeter. So what we are going to do, we are marking 2 points. For example, we mark this point and decided that this distance between these 2 points will be 1 centimeter. So we are first devising a standard. We are making some standard that this will be our standard, and with this standard we will compare this length. With this standard we will compare this length. So we have decided that between these 2 points, the distance between these 2 points is 1 centimeter. So this is our standard. This is our standard physical quantity. For example, consider this cap. This cap length I have considered as 1 centimeter. So this I have made standard. Then this will be our standard for measurements. Now, as we have to measure the length of this bar, what we'll do? How many times this standard is contained? How many times this unit is contained? For example, this length is 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter is our unit. That is the standard physical quantity we have made. This is the quantity, physical quantity, and we have standardized it. We said that this distance from this point to this point is 1 centimeter. Now we will use this standard to compare the length of any object. So how to define unit? Unit is the quantity of constant magnitude. It is of the constant magnitude, of which it will be used to measure the unknown quantity of the same nature. Same nature means this is of length, this is unit of length. Therefore, we can measure the length using this centimeter, using this unit. So centimeter is the unit, it is the standard physical quantity, and we can use it to measure the length, that is of the physical quantity that is of the same nature. Centimeter is of length, therefore we can measure the length. Now how to measure? So what we will do? How many times this centimeter is contained in here? So 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 times, 6 times. So how many times it is contained in this length? 6 times. So length of this bar, it will be how much? 6 times how much? 6 times the unit, that is 1 centimeter. So 6 times this unit is contained in this chocolate bar. So length will be how much? 6 centimeter. So this is how we do the measurement. So what do we mean by measurement? So in measurement, a measurement is the process. It's the process of comparison of the unknown physical quantity with standard physical quantity. We are comparing the unknown physical quantity with standard physical quantity of the same nature. Of the same nature means to measure the length, we'll use the length, that is centimeter, meter. To measure the length, we cannot use kg because they are of different nature. Of the same nature, it must be. So measurement is clear. Measurement is the process of comparison of the given physical quantity with the known standard quantity of the same nature. And that standard physical quantity is called as unit. Like this length we standardize that this is our 1 centimeter. So this is our unit. So this length will be measured in, its unit will be what? For example, we are measuring in centimeters. So centimeter is the unit to measure the length. And how many times it is contained? 6 times. So numerical value is how much? 6 times this. So this physical quantity is equal to numerical value into unit. So here, what is the physical quantity? Length. Length is the physical quantity, numerical value, how many times the unit is contained. Unit is 1 centimeter. How many times it is contained? 6 times. So length is how much? 6 centimeter. Numerical value 6, centimeter is the unit here. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
If you have doubt, you can ask. So till now we have discussed physical quantity. Physical quantities are properties of matter or material, we can say, which can be quantitatively measured. So physical quantities example are length, mass, time, current, etc. Temperature. These are physical quantities. And to measure these, we require some standard quantities of the same nature. And those standard quantities are called as unit. And how many times the unit is contained, that will give us the length of the object, length of the material, or mass of the material, or temperature of the material, that will give us. Okay, now how to choose the unit, choice of unit. How to choose the unit. First one, it must be universally applicable. That is, it must be same all over the world. For example, as today world is globalized, so the unit must be same throughout the world. So for example, for length, to measure we use meter. We use meter. So this meter must be same everywhere. That is, in Sikha also the same length is 1 meter. For example, this I consider as 1 meter. So this 1 meter from this point to the other end point, this is 1 meter. And this will be same all over the world. Whether you go to Jaipur or China or any country you go, this length will remain same. This will be 1 meter. This will be considered of 1 meter. So it must be universally applicable. Now, second, it must be of convenient size. Okay. For example, you have to measure the duster. Which unit you will be using? Kilometer or centimeter? We'll be using centimeter. So it must be of convenient size. Okay. We won't be able to use kilometer to measure the length of the duster, or we won't be using nanometer to measure the length. It must be of the convenient size. Okay. Next one, it must be free from ambiguity. That is, it must not have any doubt. We should not have any doubt regarding the unit. That it must be very exact. That is, this is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter. No conditions over that. Okay, no conditions over that. So it must be very exact. That is, this length is 1 centimeter, the length is going to be 1 centimeter. It must be free from any ambiguity. It must be very exact. Next one, it must be reproducible. That is easily convertible. For example, 50 centimeter. If we convert it into meter, we can easily convert it into meter, divide by 100. It will be 0.5 meter. We can convert it into mm as well, 500 mm. They are easily convertible. From one unit to the other unit, we can convert them. So the unit must be reproducible. Okay. Next one, the value of unit must not change with space and time. No change with space and time. There must be no change with space and time. For example, in Sikar, this is 1 meter. In Jaipur, this is 1 meter. It should not be there. Or for example, you went to the tailor and tailor measured using this meter and told that it will be 2 meter of cloth required for your stitching of your shirt. And you went to the shopkeeper gave you this much cloth only and telling that this is 2 meters. So it will be a trouble. So there must not be change in unit with space or time. For example, today is this is 1 meter, tomorrow this will be 1 meter, and after a week this will be 1 meter. So it should not happen like this. It should be constant with time and place, space and time. It should not change with space and time. This is clear? Now there is changes from time to time. We used to change the unit, but that is globally applicable. Okay. So choice of unit, it must be universally applicable. It must be of convenient size. It must be free form. Universality same as the third one, last one. Okay. So it must be of convenient size. It must be free from any doubt. We should not have any doubt regarding the unit. It must be reproducible. That is, it can be converted from one unit to the other easily. No change with space and time. These are the properties of unit. Or these are the points over which we choose the unit. The choice of unit is being made considering them. Okay. Now we discuss the kinds of unit. So there are two kinds of unit. That is the fundamental units and derived units. Fundamental units are as well called as basic units. So first one, kinds of units we are discussing. Fundamental units. Second, derived units. These fundamental units, they are as well called as basic units. That is, they are very basic. They provide the base of the units. Okay. So fundamental units, the units which are independent, of any other unit. They do not depend on any other unit. For example, we have to define 1 meter. How we define 1 meter? We took earlier what we did. We took one road and we marked 2 points and said that the distance between these 2 points will be our 1 meter. This is how we defined 1 meter. Now all over the world will be following this as 1 meter. So this meter, length unit, meter. It is independent of any other unit. It does not depend on any other unit. So this is our fundamental unit. Fundamental units do not depend on any other unit. They are independent of any other unit and which do not change. When any other unit changes, these fundamental units don't change since they do not depend on any other unit. So for example, length, we use meter. Meter is a fundamental unit. For mass, we use kg. It is a fundamental unit. Time, we use second. Temperature, we use Kelvin. So these are fundamental units. They do not depend on any other unit and they cannot be obtained from any other unit. They are fundamental. They are basic unit. They are independent unit. Okay, etc. Many are there. Those are fundamental units. Now, derived units. Derived units means they are derived from fundamental units. They are derived from fundamental units. They are dependent on other units. So when the fundamental unit changes, when we are making any change in fundamental unit, the derived unit will change as well. So these are dependent unit on others. For example, area. Its unit is meter square, or we can say length square. So its unit is length square, that is meter square. It depends on length. If length changes, the area changes. So area's unit depends on length, that is all fundamental unit. Or volume, it will be cube, length, cube. Again, the volume unit, that is meter cube or length cube, it depends on length. If the length changes, if the unit length changes, volume changes. So these are derived units. Or speed. What is the speed unit? Distance upon time, that is length upon time. Meter per second. So when these units changes, speed unit changes. Meter per second. Length, time. They are fundamental units, but unit of speed, it is derived unit. We have derived the unit of speed from fundamental units. So unit of speed is derived unit. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So see here, when the world was not globalized, that is, there was very little connection between the different parts of the world. Or we can say the parts of the world, they were isolated from each other. So in different places, in different areas, different kind of system arised. That is, a particular system limited to a particular area arised. And we'll be discussing those different systems. So we'll be discussing systems of unit, different systems of unit. Like earlier, the world was isolated from each other. So at particular place, different unit arised. It's a particular system of unit was followed. At some area, other system of unit was followed. At some other area, some other unit of area was followed. So we'll be discussing that. So in mechanics, mainly three units are mainly discussed. That is fundamental units. Length. Okay, 1 minute. In mechanics, length, mass, time. These are the main three fundamental quantities, or three fundamental physical quantities. We'll be discussing them. Okay. Now, for these three basic units were derived, or for this three basic units were made. So we are having different system. First system was CGS. So first system was CGS, or it is also called as French system. So it was developed in France. CGS or French system. Now here the length was measured in C. C is centimeter. So centimeter was the fundamental unit of length. Centimeter was the fundamental unit of length in CGS system. For mass, G, that is gram. Gram was the fundamental unit. And for time, it was S, that is second. Understood? CGS system. In France, these were the fundamental units. Okay, they defined this length is 1 centimeter, this is 1 gram, and this time as 1 second. They have derived. This is the CGS or French system. Next was the FPS system. Second, FPS. Second was the FPS system.
Sir, you can
FPS.
one more. Sir,
Yes.
Sir, can you explain CGS system one more time?
Okay. See here, in different parts of the world, different systems arise. Okay. And in France, it was the CGS system. So first we are discussing CGS system. So CGS system, they have developed first the fundamental units. So for length, the fundamental unit was centimeter. There they have said that this is 1 centimeter. Other units will be derived from this 1 centimeter. So centimeter was the fundamental unit. Gram was the fundamental unit for mass. To measure the mass, they were using gram as the fundamental unit. And for time, second was the fundamental unit. That is, they decided that this much amount will be 1 gram. They decided this length will be 1 centimeter. And other units they derived from that. So these were the fundamental units developed in CGS system. Second is FPS system. FPS system, it is also called as British system. So in FPS for length, what will be using? F, foot. They defined this length, or foot of particular man or king. They have decided this will be our fundamental unit. They took. Mass, they used pound. So mass, they used pound. So this they use foot for pound. That will be. So for length, they defined fundamental unit as foot. For mass, they defined pound as the fundamental unit. For time, they defined second. This was the fundamental, second fundamental, this was the second system of unit, FPS system. And the last, third one was the MKS. MKS or metric system. In this MKS system, to measure the length, they defined meter as fundamental unit. They defined meter as fundamental unit to measure the length. For mass, they defined K is standing for kilogram. They defined kilogram as the fundamental unit for mass. And for time, second. So these three were the different systems devised throughout the world to measure the physical quantities. These three measure. This is clear. Now see here, these three systems are no longer in use because we have now system SI system we follow. SI system we are following, that is Système International de Unités we simply say SI system. In SI system is nothing but MKS system.
The board is not visible.
Okay, just check it once at your site.
It is visible.
Sir, it is visual, very clear.
Yes, just switch it off once and switch it on again. It will be visible. Okay. For my side, it will never be blurry. Okay. Okay, so SI system is nothing but MKS system. We have extended the MKS system. In SI system, we have extended the MKS system. In MKS system, how many are the fundamental units? Three. Three are the fundamental units: length, mass, and time. Now we have added four more to it. We have added four more to it. So length, mass, time. They were already there. Now four we more have added. That is temperature. We use Kelvin. Then luminous intensity we have added, and we use candela to measure the luminous intensity. Then we have added current, and we use ampere to measure the current, and amount of the substance is the moles. So you can see on page number 2, there's one table given. The physical quantities are length, mass, time, temperature, luminous intensity, electric current, and amount of substance. And for them, we have used the units respectively: meter, kilogram, second, Kelvin, candela, ampere, mole. These are 7 fundamental units. These are 7 fundamental physical quantities as well as 7 fundamental units. This is clear now. SI system we are including. It is nothing but MKS system, extended MKS system. That is, we have added 4 more fundamental units and 2 complementary fundamental units. That is radian and steradian for angle and solid angle. This is clear. So here we stop. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
It is clear.
Okay. So till here, study well, and if you have doubt, you can ask tomorrow in class. Okay. Next time we'll start with the prefixes for small and bigger measurements, and then we'll start with the length. We'll be discussing length, mass, and time in detail. The units will be discussing. Okay. So we can stop here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Change month in date.